This next method is called the sequential runoff method, and I kind of would prefer if it was called the sequential cross-off method because that's what we're going to be doing, crossing things off. So here's a really good summary if you want to reread this when your test comes up about what the sequential runoff is. So the sequential runoff scheme eliminates candidates one by one. First, we eliminate the candidate with the fewest first place votes. Then we rewrite the first place row without that candidate there and slide the remaining candidates up in those spots. Rinse and repeat until you have a winner. That might not make tons of sense right now, but let's just go ahead and start this, and then I think that will make more sense. So the first thing that we do is we eliminate the candidate with the fewest first place votes. So let's count the first place votes. So in this case, we don't even care about this, right? So how many first place votes does M have? Well, 5 plus 7 plus 6 is 18 first place votes. Okay, what about B? How many first place votes does B have? Well, 12 plus 13 is 25. How many first place votes does V have? 17. And what about T? 14. So who do we eliminate? We eliminate the candidate with the fewest number of first place votes, which totally makes sense. We'd be saying, okay, well, we have to get rid of them. They're not very preferred. Okay, so we're eliminate or cross off. Remember how I said I thought this should be the cross off method? Eliminate T. Okay, so we're eliminating T. Now, you do not have to rewrite these, but for the sake of the first problem, I am going to rewrite it so you understand the process. Okay, so I'm going to pause this video, rewrite it, and then restart the video. All right, so what did I do here? Well, the first column I rewrote as an MBV. The second one I wrote as an MVB. See right here? Okay, now this one becomes an MVB. See how that's an MVB? Then a BVM, BVM, BMV, BMV, VMB, VMB, and the last one should be a VBM. So you're basically rewriting this, but without the T, because remember, we eliminated T because it had the fewest first place votes. Okay, all right, so now we're no longer looking at this, we are looking at this, and we're counting first place votes. So how many first place votes for M, how many for V, and how many for B? Okay, well, for M, we've got 5, 7, 6 still, so that's 18. How many for B? Well, that's 12 and 13 is 25. How many for V? 17 plus 14 is 31. So which one gets eliminated? That is M. Okay. So now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go through and I'm going to cross off the M's. And then I'm going to rewrite this with just B and V. All right, so I'm crossing off this M, crossing off this M, crossing off this M, crossing off this M, this M, this M, and that M. Okay, so rewriting this. All right, so I've created this new table with just two options here. So this first column is going to be a BV. This one's going to be a VB, VB, BV, BV, VB, and VB. Okay, last thing we're going to do here is just count the first place finishes. So we've now got B versus V. So B has 5, 12, and 13. So that gives us 30. Okay, now V has 17 plus 14, which is 31, plus 7 is 38. 38 plus 6 is 44. Wait, 38 plus 6. Yeah, 44. Okay, so obviously we eliminate B, and V becomes the winner. So the winner is V. Yes, this is a long process, but I'm going to show you a faster way where we don't really rewrite it. We're just going to cross it off and then imagine things sliding up. So let's just do one more. So we've got H, S, M, and N. The first thing we do is we count the fewest first place votes, right? We have to find who has the fewest first. So H has 25. S has a 16 and a 20, so that's 36. M just has 4, poor thing. Oh, just kidding, I missed one. A 4 and a 5, that's a 9 first place finishes, and N has 30. So who do we cross off? We cross off M. And this might be a much easier way for you to think about it. We're just basically going to cross it off. That way we're imagining, in this case, we're actually imagining a first place, second place, third place, or in this case, a first place, second place, third place. So just ignore them basically. All right, let's count the first place finishes again. So this is going to be now an H versus S versus N. Okay, so H is in first place here, and also first place here as well, see, because we've crossed out that one. So that's going to be 25 plus 5 is 30. Okay, what about first place here is an S, another first place for S here. So that's going to be a 16 plus 20, which is 34 for S. Now what about N? Well, N is a first place here because we've crossed this one off, and N is a first place here, so that's 30 and 4, which is 34. So now we know that our H gets eliminated. Okay, so I'm going to go and I'm going to eliminate the H's. And you can see it does get a little bit messy here. So if you want to rewrite it, you're absolutely welcome to if you prefer that method better. So now we're competing S versus N in terms of first place wins. So we've got S has 25 first place, 16. So 25, 16. We've got 20 here. So that gives S a total of 61 first place votes there. And then we've got N in first place here and N in first place here. So that's 30 plus 4 is 34. So N gets eliminated and S wins. All right, thanks for watching. Bye, y'all.